everybody. How y'all doing this week? We are rapidly getting to the end of this course. There's not a lot, well, there is a bit to do this week, but it's mostly like reading and perusing, and I'll kind of show you what I mean by that today. There's only one assignment. It's a discussion. It has two parts, which I want to also talk about. And then I have a short video that I want to share with you. It's a TED Talk. It's about 20 minutes or so. So yeah, let's just get to it. Let's see here. If I share my screen, then all right. So this week, like I said, we're doing climate change. So I want to talk about your discussion for this week because it's going to require 2 days of your life that you can't really get back. All right. So the first day, I want you to take everything that you're going to throw away, or everything like in your house, or wherever you live. So all of the waste that's produced in your unit, okay, whatever you want to define your unit as. You personally, you could do that. If you want to get your family involved and see how much garbage y'all throw away each day, you can do that too. But the idea is to find out how much stuff we throw away on a daily basis. So it could be this little tag that came off my shorts today because I bought some new shorts yesterday because I ruined them. It could be, my plastic bottle, even if you're going to recycle it. And just set it aside in one spot. And then ideally, you would like take a picture of it, like how much there is. You could weigh it if you have a scale. If you don't have like a really accurate scale, that's cool. If you've got one of those, what are those Wii Fit boards, you could use that. That'll tell you how much your stuff weighs. You probably have to stand on it and hold the stuff and then stand on it without the stuff, and then you'd be able to tell, because hopefully you're not producing like 20 pounds of stuff, but maybe. It could be the peels, it could be your coffee grinds. It's anything that would normally end up in the trash or the recycle bin, because I want you to think about or see like visually how much stuff we really get rid of on a daily basis. So that's the first aid activity. And again, you can write about it. Ideally, you would take a picture of it, hide the stuff you don't want people to see in the back or something. I don't know. You could weigh it. But, that's your first post. Kind of talk about what it was like to see how much there is, or maybe you're really great and you're like, wow, I thought I was going to have a lot of stuff thrown away, but I didn't because, I went out to dinner or something. I don't know. And then the second day, it doesn't have to be the next day, but your second day, your goal is to eliminate all the stuff you would normally throw away. So day one, see how much stuff there is. And then the second day, your second post for this week, you're going to talk about, what you did to reduce that amount. So, maybe you're like me. I'm bad. I admit it. I use paper towels to dry my hands in my house. I don't use like dish towels because I clean my dishes with that, and then I'd have like a dirty dish towel and I'd be drying my food. And then, so I use paper towels. So maybe for a day, you decide you're going to use dish towels and you're just going to wash them. You're going to have a dish towel for the dishes. You can have a hand towel for the hands, right? Maybe instead of going to the Starbucks and having them give you a cup, you bring a cup with you. Maybe, just kind of think about the ways that you can reduce how much you would normally throw away. Maybe you talk about the fact that, instead of throwing this little piece of paper in the trash, you actually put it in your recycle bin. So just think about it from a different perspective about managing and reducing our waste. The focus of this week is about how much waste ends up in our ocean. If you remember the discussion about the oceans I had a long time ago, there's that Pacific garbage patch where all of that trash and plastic end up in the ocean. But it's also about kind of just thinking about being more aware of what you do, because sometimes that's all it takes is for you to make a change. So, when I used to travel between schools, I used to pick up 2 different disposable cups from the coffee beans. And then one day, it was early in the morning, I went every day. Between here and Citrus College, I picked up my coffee bean drink because I'm addicted. I admit it. Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm addicted to the coffee bean and tea leaf. But one day a student was like, Pitts, why don't you use like a reusable cup? And I was like, you know, that's a really great question, because I could. I said, because then I thought about, wait a second, I throw this cup out, and then between Citrus and Victorville, which is where I worked after I left Citrus, I would get in my car, drive all the way up to Victorville. I got a second cup. So I was getting rid of 2 cups, sometimes 3, because sometimes on the way home, I'd pick up some more just so I could stay awake because it was a long day, right? So I was like, wow, if I had a reusable cup, then I'm saving 3 cups every single day just by getting 1 reusable cup. So I did. And so, you know, sometimes it just requires you to kind of think about it. I'm like, I'd never really thought about it. It makes perfect sense. And yet I'm not doing it. So I was really disappointed in myself, because I'm supposed to be the perfect sense person. All right. So that's the idea. And then your reply, your last post, remember, you're supposed to have 3 posts, a post and then 2 discussion. So this week you're going to do your first post on how much waste you make, your second post on how you reduce the amount of waste you make, and then your third post is going to be a suggestion to other people. Like if you see something, you're like, hey, you know what? And you could think about doing this in order to reduce your amount of waste. You know, like, you know, one of the things I do is a composting bin or something like that. I don't, because they require. I'm not home enough. I know that sounds funny. I'm home a lot now, but in the past I wasn't home enough to take care of it. So all right, so that's what your discussion is about this week. And it's really the only thing you're turning in. So you should have plenty of time to do it, because everything else is just reading or perusing.